once again
to recommend things.
Vince!
Yes.
What do you recommend today?
I recommend a movie.
Yes.
Another one.
I am so excited, Vince.
A movie called Trading Places, starring Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. Yes, I'm recommending another Dan Aykroyd movie. Now,
We're so excited.
I'm not going to recommend every Dan Aykroyd movie, because I don't recommend that anybody watch Nothing But Trouble. So
Yeah, is this like the third one you recommended?
at least the second.
At least the second.
There may have been another one, but this...
I saw part of that once on TV when it was on.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it looked good, but I didn't watch very much of it.
You should finish it. It's great.
Okay, all right.
In fact, I have it right here.
In fact, I may watch all of it in the same sitting.
There is a potential for it, because I do have a DVD.
Wow, well, you do. I could
Yes,
put that in my player and watch it.
It's not just a box.
I could give it a turn in my player.
Like any good DVD, it's not just a box that you push a button on to kill somebody somewhere.
So yeah, what happens?
So the basic
The box.
the basic plot of Trading Places, I almost said the box.
The basic plot of the box.
But the basic plot of Trading Places is Dan Aykroyd is a well-to-do stockbroker, and Eddie Murphy is a homeless man. And the bosses of Dan Aykroyd decide that they're going to make a bet that they can switch those two guys, and those two guys meaning Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, and see whether or not they can actually exist in each other's worlds. So they're effectively making a bet on nature versus nurture. So thematically, it's classic. It makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
And it's sort of what do you call that? The Prince and the Pauper type of idea.
Right.
However, it's twisted that. It's subverted the idea where these two guys decide they're going to switch. These two guys don't want to switch. And there's a lot of conflict that come between Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd's character, and they're not even the antagonists. They're both the protagonist.
Which is cool, because a lot of times in a movie like that, like one's the good guy and one's the bad guy.
And or you get into the situation where it's a buddy movie.
Right.
These guys don't like each other. In fact, in the end, I'm not sure that they like each other then. But there's like this cohabitation, this agreement to work together that comes through this.
What's that movie with, what is it, Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito?
Oh, Twins?
Yeah.
Or Junior.
It's kind of a buddy movie, isn't it?
Yeah. That would be a buddy movie.
Yeah.
But,
anyway.
oh, sort of. I suppose Danny DeVito's not a particularly likable guy, nor does he like Jules.
But he is Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito doesn't like anybody but noses. He loves noses.
Anyway.
So anyway, it's not a buddy movie. It's not The Prince and the Pauper, and it is really funny. It came out in '83. I know it does because it says on the back of the box. And it's a lot of fun. There's even connected to Coming to America.
We have credible sources on Geekvolution.
Yes, the DVD box. But it's even connected to there is a scene in Coming to America that's connected to this movie, which I recommend Coming to America too, but maybe I'll recommend that further on another video. It's connected. Watch them both, find out why. It's great. It's a cameo. Anyway, this movie's great. I love this movie because Dan Aykroyd's in it, and it's good. That was supposed to be funny.
Those are
not discrediting.
No,
no.
I'm laughing. It was hilarious. Today, I'm going to recommend Donkey Kong Country Returns, Vince.
What does it return to?
The console. It returns to us playing it.
It returns to a console.
Yeah. That's true. It does.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, what's funny is it's not like Donkey Kong Returns. It's Donkey Kong Country Returns. So the country is returning.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Anyway, this is maybe somewhat of an obvious recommend. It's a huge game. This is the big thing Nintendo's pushing right now. And if you've been out of your house, you've probably seen posters about this at various stores. But I have to recommend it because it's so good. I expected it to be pretty good, but it's so good. I mean, it's really good. It's been getting like 9.5s across the board on a lot of sites, and so some people might think that it's too hyped up and that sort of thing. And I felt the need to mention it in case you were afraid that it wasn't as good as everybody's saying that it is. It really is. It's the most fun thing I've played this year, and I loved. And let me say that I'm a huge platformer fan, and I loved Mario Galaxy 2. I was making a big deal out of that when it came up. I did a review of that on King's channel, and pretty much just gushed over it. I like this better. Maybe it's just because I like side scrolling more than I like 3D platforming. But it's really great. This thing has a really great 3D graphics engine, even though it's a 2D side scroller. So it feels like it's got depth to it. You don't feel cheated. Where like it's on a platform, so it's on the Wii, so it immediately feels kind of weird to do a 2D platform on the Wii, even though they've started doing more of them. But it's got such enhanced graphics that it doesn't feel like you're playing something old on something new. It just feels like it's that kind of gameplay. It's just the side-scrolling gameplay. Because you probably agree, 2D platforming is so much different than 3D platforming that they're different animals. It isn't it isn't that one's better than another because it takes more graphics. They're just different animals.
For a while, when everything went 3D, I was a little bit irritated because I loved my 2D. I love 2D fighters. Oh man, come on, please make more.
Yeah, and it's back. Well, and we're getting Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which looks really great. It's gonna be great. And again, 3D graphics engine, but it feels like a 2D, fighter.
Bet you $5 Deadpool's in it.
Oh no, he is. He was one of the first ones they announced.
Oh, give me $5.
No, that I wasn't taking of it. Anyway, the level designs on this are fantastic. I personally feel like they've taken Donkey Kong Country and improved on it. Nothing against the first game, of course, because it was brilliant. But it went back to much more of the mechanics of the first game, beyond what they did with 2 and 3. It forgets about all that. Goes back to the first game. It's Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, like it ought to be, and. Some of the gameplay is a little bit different. There's a little bit of the motion control. You do have to shake your Wiimote to roll and things like that. It's not too obnoxious. It's okay. It's fun. I'm not a big fan of the motion control, but it's fun. I do think that it is pushing the envelopes for 2D side scrolling, believe it or not, and it is better than New Super Mario Brothers was last year, which was fun, but it just kind of felt like another Mario game. It's kind of a cross between Mario 3 and Mario World, and I liked it, but it was too easy, and I didn't feel like it had enough levels for what it was. I mean, it was eight worlds like you usually get in a Mario game, but I was just feeling like the graphics weren't enhanced enough to where I felt like they could have done more. They could have made more levels. It's like you could have done twice as many levels. Why is it the same length, or maybe even a little shorter than World? I felt like, and it was strange to me being on the platform it was on. This is really long and feels long enough. The levels are lengthy and fun and difficult, and it has a good progression of difficulty. You'll get better as the game gets harder. And which is just as it should be, and it's really creative, it's really fun, and I gotta mention they've got a lot more minecart levels. I remember the first game only had like the one minecart level. This one went, oh yeah, people like that. Let's make like 8 of them, and there's tons of them, and they're the best levels in the game. They're tons of fun. There's this other fun thing where you jump in a barrel that's like a rocket, and you have to guide your rocket around. That's pretty fun. And then they've got a couple, and I wish they had more of these really cool like silhouette levels where you're backlit. And all the characters in the foreground are all blacked out, and the background is like a sunset or something. And it's got the coolest song in the game, which is the regular original Donkey Kong Country theme, which there's a version that sounds like just the normal one, but then it has this redress of it that's this great jazz version. It's just fantastic. And also I have to mention the music, because they took pretty much, and I've never seen a game do this, it took pretty much every theme that was in the original Donkey Kong, redid them, put them in this, and then has other songs that are as good as they were, and feel like they fit in the same game.
Quick side note.
Yeah.
I always get our theme song for GNN confused with the Donkey Kong Country theme song. Think about it. Bum 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 ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. They are geeks not. No wait, they are Donkey Kong not country.
Yeah, do I get to be Diddy Kong?
Yes.
Oh, and in the silhouette levels,
I'm bigger.
When in the silhouette levels, Donkey Kong is blacked out, but he's wearing his red tie, so he looks like the spirit. It's funny to me.
So the levels are backlit.
Yes.
Is it like watching Star Trek?
What, the new one?
Yeah.
Yes, except there's no lens flare in the front. That's more like frontlit. Well, everybody, thanks a lot for watching us recommend things. We'll recommend something for you once again next time. I'm Campy Batman. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Foggy Vincent.
and he's Vince. And we'll see you next time. We'll recommend something else for you.